Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV and welcome back to Transfer Talk. Now we haven't done one of these in a few days because we've been so busy up and down the length of the country. You know, it's the 6 hours on the train, one way to the south coast. Southampton for the last few days. I'm back in Newcastle now, so we're going to get back on our transfer business. With obviously less than a week to go now of the window. The transfer deadline is on Tuesday night, next Tuesday the 31st. Remember, Newcastle United are in a semi-final, by the way, on Tuesday night, the second leg, in case you forgot. Doubt you did. At St James's Park. So you might even say the player paraded on the pitch then. But who will it be? Who will we get in before then, if anyone? Now, I said all along in this window, a lot of fans were getting, you know, a bit frustrated, a bit edgy over the last week or so, thinking, oh, I don't think we're going to sign anyone. Obviously, a lot has stepped up over the last few days in Everton's Anthony Gordon. Now, I said, like I was just about to say, you know, all window we're going to bring in 2 or 3 players. That's still going to be the case for me. I still think we'll bring in a couple of players before the deadline. Now, it looks like we've missed out on Ivan Fresneda, the young right back from Spain. It looks like he's going to be signing for Arsenal or Dortmund, but it's looking like Arsenal. So Newcastle have missed out on that one after scouts watched him play last weekend as well in La Liga. We're not going to talk about him anyway. We're not going to focus on the people we haven't got. We're going to focus on the people we might get. And it's led to believe, according to Fabrizio Romano, that personal terms have been agreed with Everton's Anthony Gordon. Now, Anthony Gordon, the England under-21 international, the local boy, the toffee, you know, the blue scouser, the winger for Everton, who's fell out with favour. Fans are hounding him out now. He hasn't turned up to training for the 3rd day in a row. Now, the first day on Tuesday was a planned absence. Yesterday and today was not. So he's going against the club's wishes and he's not turning up for graft. Sackable offence, that, in my world. You know what I mean? For both footballers, who knows? They seem to get away with it, or they seem to push the move. So I'll say right now, I disagree with that. I absolutely hate it when players don't turn up for training. You're under contract, turn up for them. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. If he's trying to force the move, fair play, be professional. I think you should always turn up and play for who you're employed by, for those fans most of all, and for the club. And he's an Evertonian, you know, he's meant to be a local lad, a supporter of the club. Obviously, I mean, I can't speak of what might have gone on behind the scenes in terms of conversations with the club, the manager, the agents, you know, the board, whatever. There might be something I obviously don't know with Gordon there, but I just think lack of professionalism and respect there isn't a great sign. But obviously he wants to join Newcastle, and why wouldn't he? Get away from Everton, you know, sinking ship, been in the shite for years now then, heading towards the Championship, no manager. The fans are attacking his G-Wagon after the game. You know, he's getting hounded out. I'm not sure if you're an Everton fan watching this, let me know exactly why Gordon does get a lot of stick. I mean, I've seen things on Twitter where they're saying, you know, he's not working hard enough, he's not producing the goods. But at the start of the season, Lampard was playing him as a striker when Calvert-Lewin was injured and there's still Richarlison. He's been playing out wide. Obviously, his favourite position is left wing. Hasn't really been able to do that well in that position this season. 3 goals, 0 assists. And that's what worries me about Gordon now. There's every time I put out a social post about Gordon, check it out, the Magpie Channel on Instagram, 90% of the comments are saying, we don't want him. We don't want him, oh no, please don't be true, we don't want him. I find that a bit mad, to be honest with you. I do, because obviously there's a talent in there. He has loads of potential. We've seen him flourish. We've seen him score goals, get assists, look dangerous last season. That's why Chelsea and Tottenham were levelling 40, 50 million pounds bids for him last summer, as well as Newcastle being interested. Chelsea also still interested in him, but Gordon favours a move to Tyneside because he wants first team football. He knows he won't get that at Chelsea. He'll be doing up bench Forrest Gump most of the time and not being able to get much of a chance. And Newcastle, I'm sure he'll be a starter. He'll be on that left-hand side. You know, you'll see Joe Linton drop into midfield, or Joe Willock, whoever it is who's playing that left forward. And then you'll have Almiron, Wilson or Isaac, and Gordon out wide. So Eddie Howe wants to keep that 4-3-3. You know, you can see in the thumbnail, James Maddison talks yesterday, you know, refreshed interest in Maddison. Maddison's going to be a summer signing. Quick sidetrack from Gordon this one, by the way. Just get it out of the way now. James Maddison, I don't think will be joining Newcastle in the next week, in the next few days of the transfer window. The evaluation's too high from Leicester. Leicester want to keep him because they're still flirting-ish with relegation. Not much point separating that bottom half. A summer move for Maddison is what's going to happen. Unless Leicester sign a replacement and Leicester are like, right, you know what it is, Newcastle will take 50 million, thank you. Unless that happens, I don't think Maddison will move in January. So on that one, Gordon seems to be the priority now. Now, Newcastle really wanted a number 6 in this transfer window, but with selling Chris Wood, Eddie Howe's desperate for options up front after saying, you know, we'd be dangerously short of forward. So he's targeted Gordon. He was targeted last summer. The valuation was too high. It now looks like Everton are willing to accept around, you know, 35, 40 million, potential 10 to 15 million add-ons, depending on appearances and things like that. So, you know, they're looking to maybe strike a deal on that. Negotiations are slow, bit of a difference of what both clubs want. Everton and Newcastle representatives did actually meet on Tuesday in London before the Southampton semi-final game at St Mary's. We are in talks. Romano's saying terms are agreed with the player. He's desperate to join. So we'll wait and see if an agreement can be reached. If Everton think, right, you know, we'll take this cash and we'll give it to whatever manager is coming in. Because apparently they're going to appoint a new manager tomorrow, whether it be Bielsa or Dyche, and then he's got just only a few days to get players in that he wants to try and keep Everton up. It looks like Everton are going to, I think Gordon will happen, because I think Everton will be like, right, we need the 40 million. Sean Dyche can go get 3 players with that, or Bielsa, whoever they get. You know, you get a couple of players that keep them up. Yeah, so I think they'll cash in on them. With big add-ons in terms of maybe if Newcastle sold them in the future, or he starts playing for England week in, week out, Gordon, then Everton may get a chunk of money for those type of things. But finally on Gordon for me, and I might do another video on Gordon because I've waffled on a bit already on this one. Gordon, mixed opinions on it. Personally, I haven't spoke about it yet. I tweeted and stuff, but like I said, very busy doing the content on the match day for Southampton, so I haven't really had a chance to talk about Gordon like everyone else has over the last few days. Mixed opinions for me. On one hand, I don't rate his attitude, not turning up for training on the pitch. You know, he's been called a cheat, a dive. You know, we've seen him get in the face of Shaw and Trippier and stuff at St James's Park last October. That part actually doesn't bother me, because we'd want that in our team. We're cheering on Joe Linton when he does that. We're cheering on Dan Burn when he does that. So we're cheering on Gordon when he does that. You know, you need those type of shithouses in your team for me. That part doesn't bother us. It's just the question marks over his professionalism, attitude and work ethic. Now, also his goals and assists aren't amazing. I think his average is about 1 in 4. You know, he's kind of not setting the world alight on that wing. He's got unbelievable pace. He was actually the fastest player in the Premier League until Mudryk, who's just signed for Chelsea, beat him by a split second. You know, he's now the fastest player in the league recorded this season. Anthony Gordon was before that. So he's got pace, he's direct, cause defenders problem. Just got to work on his end product though, which isn't what I want to hear as a Newcastle fan, because every fucking game I watch, we need to work on our end product. Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen it at Southampton the other night. We do all the hard work, get to the final third. It's the last pass, it's the last shot. We've seen it against Palace last week. Reoccurring problem, that. But that being said, he's raw, he's young, he's got potential. It's there. The talent is there. There's a reason why Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle are looking at him. And there's a reason why Eddie Howe wants him. If he's good enough for Eddie Howe, he's good enough for me. I'll take him. I'll trust the process. Now, Eddie Howe's turned Almiron's fortunes around, Joe Linton's fortunes around. The list goes on. You know what I mean? So he can transform players. He can obviously improve them. And he hopes he will do that with Anthony Gordon. And Gordon suits our style of play as well. You know, he really suits that press, that in-your-face, the intensity, the endurance. He's got all that. So if he can hone in on his finishing, he'll be the real deal. So I'll trust in Howe and his coaching to get that done. Anthony Gordon, personal terms agreed. Looks likely he'll be on his way to Newcastle if Everton finally accept the terms of the deal. We'll wait and see on that one. And on some outgoings is Karl Darlow, the Newcastle United number 2, number 3 now that Dubravka's back. Well, Karius is there. I don't know. We've got more goalkeepers than we don't know what to do with. Do you know what I mean? We've got 5 bloody goalkeepers or so at the club now. Gillespie just chilling out in the background as well. So it looks like Darlow is away to Hull City. A 6-month loan, which could turn into a permanent long-term move is what they're hopeful of. Hull City's chairman actually came out and said the deal is agreed, but Newcastle don't want to let him go until after the Carabao Cup semi-final in case Pope would get injured, because then it would leave us with Karius, because Dubravka is cup-tied playing for Manchester United on his loan. So Darlow to Hull next week should be confirmed. If it isn't done by then, I think that'll be the end of Karl Darlow at Newcastle. I think he's been a good servant, very good over the years, especially in those championship times and stuff. You know, I like Karl Darlow. I think he's a decent goalkeeper. I'd have been happy to keep him at the club as backup. Surely he's going to be wanting to play first team football, go to Hull, go to the Championship. He could be in the Premier League for me, Darlow, definitely. So good luck to him. All the best to Karl Darlow. And I think that'll do for this transfer news video, to be honest with you. It was mainly about Anthony Gordon, the young winger that's attracting loads of attention for right and wrong reasons of whether or not he'll be joining Newcastle United. Drop your comments below what you think of the Gordon rumours. Do you want him at the club? Or you like a lot of majority fans where they're saying that, don't want him, his attitude, all that personality, all that sort of stuff, character's not right. That's the strange thing for me, because Eddie Howe always talks about finding the right character. It's not just the talent, it's the character. Botman's the character, Bruno, it's the character, he's got the right personality. Do we really know who Gordon is, you know what I mean? So it is a strange one, it's a unique one, but Gordon is quite a unique player, to be honest, in that sense. So we'll wait and see. But I'm just happy to be linked with players and the same players, to be honest with you, and I'll back them and trust them once they do, if they do, come through the door. Nice one, everyone. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Magpie Channel TV, and I'll see you on the next one.